Hello to Nursing 342 folks. Dr. Hastings here. Week 13. Whoa, wow, there's a lot, right? Okay, so here we are, but we're at the end part, the fun part, arguably, PICO. Remember, we keep off the T. We're not focused on the timeline. But building a PICO poster, and of course, within the last 2 weeks, you've been building, just like we built earlier in the course, your critique. Now we built the PICO process, and arguably starting with a literature review on a problem you're interested in and posing the PICO question last week and an ungraded discussion. So you have time to fine tune that, by the way. You didn't get feedback because you're just supposed to post, and I'll look at them as I'm finishing grading. I just finished the papers the other day, and then I'm finishing the annotated bibs. I put a few comments in the annotated bib assignments just in case about papers you'd even want to use in building this. But to the point of what's the process now. So you're building basically the poster, and then you're going to be doing a presentation. Now, what does that mean, presentation? Well, you're going to be basically doing a voiceover on PowerPoint. You're going to use PowerPoint to frame your poster. So here, let me click on a link relative to that topic. All right, so we have like a standard PowerPoint, and PowerPoint is used for posters. Actually, when I do posters at conferences, I use PowerPoint templates. They're just easier to work with than like Microsoft Publisher or things like that. So, and this is linked to Wilks at one level. So look, you're just framing it for, critical elements about PICO relative to your problem. So hence what we had in terms of those dynamic pieces. So click on all of those. Make sure you're fully good. There was an example that's out there. I won't play it while I'm here on this little video of explanation, but that's how you're building and making this basically. And then you're creating a presentation. So then you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, dude, where does that go? All right, that's for next week. There is the final true graded discussion in week 14. That's where the recording with this PowerPoint voice makeover, where that's going to go. You're going to upload that for the last week. So next week, you're uploading that into the discussion thread for week 14. And then you will deliberately have that placed so that peers can then respond to that. So that's really the dynamics of the discussion thread next week. And we just have to interpret that then too for the sake of the grading. It doesn't really match up exactly with the discussion grading rubric, but it's okay. We're looking at this more from the standpoint of the power of the PICO poster itself that you're presenting in this voiceover PowerPoint, and then peer feedback to that, because peer review is a good thing. It's a good thing in healthcare. It's a good thing in terms of how this all plays out then too. So follow these steps here in terms of what that looks like, all right, for sure. And there's other elements in week 13 that are, with the instruction assignments that sort of indicates then, how this plays out from the standpoint of the presentation itself, that you would grade on that base part of it. And these links to click on, creating, recording there, like we just saw before, but then it's 2 steps. You're presenting it to me, i.e. uploading an assignment link, but then you're also presenting it to your peers. That's where week 14 for that discussion thread comes into play, all right? So it's all pretty clear, I think, when you go back into it. Let me go into week 14 so I can show you that other link related to, I just have to scroll down to that. I know mine looks a little bit different than yours. Sorry about that. That's a thread. So the way we will do, and I know you have an exam, obviously, on that Monday in the evening. So you're going to focus your commentary probably after the exam, Tuesday, Wednesday. We can probably flex a little bit, in terms of how that looks then too, and the follow-up responses. But that's really what that's about, and that peer review component to this then too. So the idea here is that, you already got this to me last week and to the instructors in the course. But then for your initial post, the idea here really for you, it's not like a discussion post for your grading, the person who's now commenting on someone else. It's just 5 of your peers presentation. So, which obviously we can track in a discussion thread. So it's like, yeah, just do, that's really where your posting is. And again, we're not really, it still is framed like initial post day 3. I'm not worried about that right now. We're going to flex that then too, just so you get back in a thoughtful way. So we have some interaction amongst the peer review. I think the target will be by Wednesday, but we're not going to be super rigid with that. We just want you to get back to 5 people during the course of the week. So anyhow, okay, all right. I hope that was helpful and clarification. Everybody hopefully is having a great beginning of the week, and I will see some of you later on, and we'll have a supplemental session here on April 10th tonight, plus a session then next week in the afternoon on the 17th. And you've got guidance already up about the exam that we can talk about. So very good. You're set for closure and finishing up. I hope everybody's having a good start to the week, and happy spring.